Hey everybody, and welcome back to Elden Ring. Last time, we officially peaked and watched as Melina sacrifice herself to use herself as kindling to help us burn the Erd Tree to get those impenetrable thorns out of the way. Unfortunately, however, just doing that isn't good enough. The Erd Tree is, in a sense, immortal thanks to the Golden Order removing death from the lands between. So we are off on the hunt for the Rune of Death in order to actually let the thorns burn away properly. We've been mysteriously sent here, presumably by Melina. Otherwise, I have no idea how we ended up here, so I guess this is as good as any place to look. And you know, we actually finally get to explore this frickin' place. Crumbling Farum, Azula. We saw this way long ago when we were, doing one of the 4 belfries. Yeah, one of the 4 belfries teleported us here off to some platform floating in the distance that we can't see from here. And as it turns out, this area is the final legacy dungeon of Elden Ring. As it is the final dungeon, it's quite a big one, quite a long one. We might be here for like 2 videos. I don't know. I'll have to see. Ooh, can you jump down there yet? Well, I'm sure you can get down there at some point else. Some point else later. Man, my commentary's off to a great start. Hope you enjoy. But no, we'll have to go down this way instead. Don't worry, those tornadoes are just for show. You will not be pulled into them, and don't worry, the crumbling is also just for show. You're not on a time limit. You don't have to get to the end before this place crumbles away completely. Though that would make for an interesting idea for a dungeon. I'm just saying. From Software. Yeah, add a time limit to your games from Software. That's a good idea. Definitely listen to me. Alright, ordinarily, this point is where the title, Crumbling Farum Azula, appears on your screen, but I quit out and reloaded the game in between last video and this video, so it doesn't get a chance to show up. What a shame. Hello there. Yeah, this twister should really be pulling me in right now. Sorry, tornado. I know twisters is something only weirdos call it. Starting off, our main enemies are the Beastmen of Farum Azula. We've been fighting them as bosses up until this point, and finally they are treated as regular enemies. In fact, I wonder if these ones have the same amount of health as the one in Groveside Cave. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. I don't know if we... maybe it did... I don't know. Did the one in Groveside Cave have like 2,000 health? I'll have to look back and see. Alright, well, either way, they're strong, but no match for us anymore. Oh my god. Those guys are so busy eating, they didn't even notice him falling. Alright. I think one thing I love about this game is just how high the damage numbers get, because, like, they start off already pretty high at, like, I think it was 90 per hit we were doing, but now we're doing 186 per hit, but now, like, through our combos, we're able to get up to 1,000 damage. With a heavy weapon like this, we're able to do fucking, oh my god, 12,000 in one hit. That's awesome. From what I remember, Dark Souls 3's damage numbers didn't change a whole lot, especially with the weapons I was using, but hey, that's a fault of me using the weapons I was using in that game, and not necessarily the game having bad progression or anything. Alright, well that was a pretty easy room of enemies that were formerly bosses. I wouldn't expect it to be this easy, but I suppose that's just how strong we are now. I promise I will use the skill eventually. It's just that these guys are sneaking, so I don't feel like wasting that FP. Yeah, and I could just cancel their attacks with jump attacks, yeah. These guys do not have a lot of hyper armor, but I'm okay with that. Got some bones, got some pots, got some blood, got some lightning-proof dried liver. I was gonna say, I don't know if we ever see lightning here. Yes, we do. And that was the first stretch of the place. I believe if you die there, you do just respawn where you awoke, but there's a site of grace after that, though, after those, like, 2 rooms of enemies. I think you can just sneak past everyone if you want, so no need to fight them, but when you're this strong, fighting them and sneaking past them is basically the same difficulty level. I have nowhere near enough to level up, that's funny. Alright, so I gotta be real with you here. I'm not the biggest fan of this ambient music, not because it's bad. None of the ambient music in this game is bad. I'd say, like, the only one, my least favorite, would probably be Limgrave's Day theme for getting a little bit repetitive, but this ambient music is good. But for a final area, for the lead up to the end game, it's just not as, like, exciting as I want it to be. And I know that that's an expectation only I have for this type of thing, but still, this is just how I feel. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm going to bring in, through the power of editing, a more exciting sounding endgame theme from a different but somewhat similar game that I will not be able to play on this channel, so this is the only way that I can give this music some love. Enjoy. Alright, onward. I have not touched this yet, so let's do so. If I remember correct, we have a weird little damage absorption build in our Flask of Wondrous Physic. That'll do something for us, I guess. Ooh, okay, so right past the Site of Grace, we have this large open area. I bet you can't guess what we're fighting here. It's kind of like hazy. You see that? Wait, what? Wait, look, there's an object here creating haze. What? That is weird. I've never noticed that before. Well, anyway. Got some items. Smithing Stone level 6. I got a Smithing Stone level 8. I hope to get more of those. Those are good. And here it is. Alright, one of the dragons from the sky comes down and fights us. This is an ancient dragon, similar to the one we fought in Altus Plateau. I want to say that one's name was, like, Lanciax? Am I right about that? I don't think it was Theodoric. No, that was a Great Worm. Yeah, okay. This is the same enemy, just as, you know, a regular enemy, not with a giant health bar, to show how far we've come in game progression. Alright, this weapon is not very effective against it. I'm gonna use a faster one. Okay. Oh, it's got a lot of health, but it is weak to frost, so that's good. Oh, you know what? Wait, no. The Dark Moon Greatsword wasn't doing good because I hadn't powered it up yet. The whole point of this weapon is to use the powered up version against things. Oh, this thing's health bar is kind of hard to see. It's like in random directions on the screen. Okay. Whenever it doesn't attack like that, it might not be unwise to drink the physics so I don't take any damage from it. That's what the Crimson Horror Bubble Tier does. In case you missed last episode where he picked it up off of Flame Peak. Oh god. Any non-physical damage that I take with that thing in effect will instead be absorbed and heal me, which is pretty cool. I've never heard of an effect like that in any other, like, Souls game, because there isn't one, I don't think. I don't think there's any way to absorb damage in Souls games outside of that, so that's neat. Alright. Okay, it went right over my head. Just like, pop culture references. Ooh, I got hit. Alright, you know what? Let's drink this. Oh yes, hit me with that. Yeah, look at that. Okay, it doesn't heal very much, but still, I took no damage and got healed instead. That is super cool. I love that. Alright. I don't have the thing on anymore. That didn't hurt me. Yay! Oh, that doesn't look good. Okay. The big swipe, the effect ran out. It only lasts for that short amount of time, so I did take damage from that. I don't think I would have, though. If I still had it. Because it was a purely lightning sword. I'd probably deal a lot if I had to guess. Alright, come on. You can't summon for this guy. Oh, that's the wrong direction to run. Okay. Now I know that. Come on, you're so low. You're Han Solo. I still haven't watched Star Wars at all, so I'm just kind of naming characters from it without really knowing much about them. Other than that, Han Solo's cool, I guess. You know, alright, I've been waiting for an excuse to tell this story because it's really funny. Back when I was in kindergarten, I had this one classmate who, like, anytime the teacher would ask us a question, he would raise his hand, and then when called on, he would just start talking about Star Wars. Even though it was completely unrelated to the question we were being asked. He just, every single time, without fail, anytime he raised his hand and was called on, he'd just start randomly talking about Star Wars. It was super funny. Anyway, one ancient dragon smithing stone is your reward for killing him. I believe it's also a permanent kill, so your other reward is having him dead for good. If you don't want to fight him, though, you can just run past him. He's a slow-moving dragon, pretty easy to run past. Or, they're a slow-moving dragon. You never know. Lanciax was a female, I believe, so, yeah, you never know. You never know what they identify as. Here we have another Site of Grace immediately after it. If you do choose to run past the dragon, this is the most pointless Site of Grace in existence, but I guess I'll take it. Let's rest at it. And then, do I want to maybe switch on a different bubble tier? Or a different crystal tier, I mean? No. This one's cool. This one's cool. We gotta use it because we only picked it up last time. How about steadily restoring HP? Let's just bring that back. Alright, next room. I really like this area so much. It reminds me a lot of Archdragon Peak, except it's required for the game progression. It's like if Archdragon Peak was the final area of Dark Souls 3, and I really like that. I also love its use of the former bosses as regular enemies. This is a pretty cool dungeon all around. Right, down you go. Smithing Stone level 7. I think I might get enough Smithing Stone level 8 in order to upgrade the staff, because last time I was mistaken in thinking that there was a level 9 for Smithing Stones. There isn't. I forgot about that. I forgot that there isn't. I haven't played the game in a month. Cut me some slack. Is the game already lagging, or is that just a little stutter that I've already, that I usually experience? I still don't know why I'm lighting those up, because I have no plans of going online anymore for the rest of the playthrough. Alright, you have a shield. Great use of your shield, buddy. You did a great job. Good demonstration on how shields can be effective in combat. Why does it feel like this freaking magic effect just gets past everyone's shields? Like, shields are completely ignored by it. Is that a trait about it? I wonder if it is. Okay, there's a lot of dudes in this room. If you aggro them all at once, some of them will start shooting lightning at you. This red lightning that hurts a lot. I think the lightning is like 10 times more damage than anything else. It'll take out more than half your health in one shot. Sometimes, it might even take out all your health in one shot if you haven't leveled Vigor. Which, if you haven't leveled Vigor and you're this late in the game, you might want to go talk to Renala and negotiate some things with a Larvitir. Golden Rune level 12. That does bring me into something. I've been seeing on Twitter, there's been somewhat of a discourse opening up about leveling Vigor in Elden Ring and the fact that you should definitely do it. In fact, I saw, I believe, a popular Souls game streamer Ouroboros say that if you are above level 125 and you don't have 60 Vigor, then your build is shit. I guess my build is shit then. I think they're talking more about multiplayer, like PvP or co-op. Not really about PvE, because obviously in PvE single player, you can just do whatever the hell you want, and so I can have 50 Vigor if I want, but yeah. I think a lot of Elden Ring players really recommend 60 Vigor for if you want to play good, if you want to play PvP well. Oh god, for good PvP builds. Got an Ancient Dragon cookbook? Or was that a cookbook or a prayer book? If it was a prayer book, well damn, I guess I have to take a break from this final dungeon that we're being sent off to go teleport back to the turtle guy and give him. I guess that's not a big deal. Alright, these guys in here. There was a way to go behind me, but I think there might be. Yeah, there's another site of great. This place is really freaking. This place is really, God, what am I trying to say? Generous with the sites of grace. I'm not really sure why. There's just some every 2 feet. It's great. Anyway, I want to go backwards though, because there's this area. About the whole leveling Vigor thing though. Because I think the reason why this discourse opened up is because there's been also a lot of people saying, I don't need to level up Vigor. All you need to do is just not get hit. Just dodge correctly. And leveling up Vigor helps you with that, because then you die every time you get hit, and what better way to practice if you don't die? I can see where these people are coming from, but I think for like, you know, if you're telling general players, including new players, the general player base, to just stop leveling up Vigor because if you just don't get hit, Lamau, then you'll be fine, and I feel like Elden Ring is designed, and basically any Souls game is designed that you will get hit at some point. And so you probably should level up your health so that you can actually take more than one hit from later game enemies. But that brings up kind of a topic that I wanted to get into. A topic I've been thinking about off camera and want to talk about here. Oh god, okay. I think, before we explore the rest of this lower area, you can hear the familiar grunts of the worm faces from Altus Plateau. There is something over here that we should do, so we will head over here first. But what I wanted to say is, let me get some magic prepared, like this. Oh, I should switch on a Great Glintstone Shard instead of frickin' Glintstone Comet Shard, because I think that's taken a lot of, or Glintstone Comet Shard, I think is what I meant to say. Alright, we got an item here in a large open area, which, yes indeed, means the return of our old friend. Where? Oh my god, you were loud? Jesus, hello, another ancient dragon. It's basically the same as the first. Might have less health, though. Am I right about that? No, okay, it has the same amount. Anyway. I feel like having only one of your attributes giving you any maximum HP, and then, in a way, kind of requiring you to level that up in order to make the endgame bearable to play through, is a strange design for a Western RPG. I guess this, like, you know, Souls-likes might not be entirely Western RPG focused, but they're similar in that every level up, you're given the choice for which thing about your character you want to make stronger, as opposed to having the game choose it for you, like a JRPG. And in that way, isn't, like, forcing players to level up one specific attribute if they want to make the end game actually fun to play through, kind of limiting player freedom and choice, which is a staple of the genre? God, stop trying to knock me off the edge, you cheapo! Here, I'm gonna continue this discussion when we don't have this loud dragon breathing in our ear the entire time. There he goes. Anyway, I know that, like, you know, increasing your max HP is a core part of these games' design. That's just a fact, a core part of any RPG. Your health gets longer so that you can take the higher hits that the later game enemies do, which is done because the game wants to increase the difficulty. Look at this genuine parkour section here. Unlike the previous Souls games, though, it's actually fun because you can jump in this game. You're better off master the jump physics by now, or else that might be, that place might kill you over and over again. I feel like, in that case, if the player is supposed to have higher maximum HP, you shouldn't only allow them to get higher max HP from leveling one specific attribute of their 8. Because if players decide that they want to go all in on a certain type of, on a certain stat, like what if their character is super dexterous, really good at using dexterity weapons, and they just want to focus all in on that, well, now they are extremely well developed in the dexterity weapons category. Any weapon with good dex scaling, they're going to be hitting like a truck with, but they still die in only like 1 or 2 shots from any enemies in the endgame. And I feel like that's kind of weird, because the whole point of leveling up is that your character is getting stronger, right? So I think the way I would do it is, instead of having Vigor be the only way to get higher max health, do something similar to how you get higher defense points from every damage type from just leveling up any stat. That's the same should apply for HP. Have leveling up any attribute give you a little bit of max HP, or maybe even put some items in the environment that you find through exploration that gives you max HP instead. That way, no matter how you build your character, you'll always have the correct health levels in order to fight the late-game enemies well, and not, you know, die in 2 hits with them and be signing yourself up for a day's worth of suffering. I don't know, I'd be interested to hear y'all's thoughts on this. I think this could work for a game like Elden Ring, because, like, even though some people might just be like, but that ruins the interesting choices you have, and, you know, what if, like, you know, we should keep in the punishments of players not leveling up Vigor and whatnot, and I guess, but here, hold on. Let me give you an example of another game that does pretty much exactly what I'm describing. Fallout, the Fallout series. One of the most popular Western RPGs, and something people point at as a key example for how to do a Western RPG really well. For leveling up in those games, you get a bunch of skill points to spend on a bunch of certain skills to, you know, increase your character's capabilities and certain things. Absolutely none of those have anything to do with your max HP. Your max HP increases independently from each level up, no matter what you spend your skill points on. Now, the HP increase does depend on one of your special stats, the endurance, how high you've set that. It'll be, the HP will only increase by a little bit if your endurance is low, and it'll increase by a lot if your endurance is high. Either way, leveling up in those games still just increases your HP, straight up. It doesn't matter what you spend your points on. You will always get an HP increase. And, you know, Fallout is one of the examples people use as one of the best RPGs ever made. Or, like, you know, Fallout and New Vegas and whatnot. People point at those games as an example of how to do RPGs right, and so I don't see why Elden Ring can't do the same thing. I think it would be better for the game design as a whole, because, like, it's easy enough for us to say you must level Vigor to any new players, but that is sort of removing an aspect of choice that they have in building their character. Like, the main things with building your character is deciding which weapons they're able to use and how well they use them. Like, that is the biggest thing, without a doubt. And we do have that, but we also have the necessity to pump points of these other attributes that just make the status bar go longer and absolutely nothing else. In a similar vein, I think your max FP should increase from leveling intelligence or faith, because, like, from getting more skilled in sorceries, all that really happens is you do more damage with them and you can use higher level sorceries. But you can still only cast the same amount before you run out of FP. And, you know, no matter how high intelligence you have, if the spell you want to use costs more FP than you have, you just can't use it, and you need to level up this other different attribute that I guess sounds similar and has a similar deal in its naming in order to use it properly, and that just feels weird to me. I feel like you should be given a little boost of maximum FP from leveling intelligence or faith, and you shouldn't have to level this one specific attribute, mind, in order to get it. But hey, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Obviously, with this hypothetical new system I am conceptualizing, you'd need to rejigger the numbers in order to make the game not broken. I'm sure what I'm describing might be overpowered if the numbers work the same way that they do now. That's the thing, though. The numbers don't have to work the same way they do now. Overall, in conclusion, it feels weird to me that leveling up Vigor is a necessity to make the later games in these games less awful to play through. Because even Dark Souls 3, though I think, like, enemies and bosses do less damage across the board in Dark Souls 3, leveling Vigor is still a necessity. If you want to survive the DLC, stuff in the DLCs of that game does so much freaking damage. You're gonna need Vigor for that. And so, having the player be forced to do it in addition to their other levels, which, like, kind of removes a bit of the freedom and control that they should have in a game like this, is a little weird to me. Then again, though, speaking about freedom and control, my hypothetical system would alienate the players that maybe wanted to stick with low HP for a challenge run, so I wouldn't know what I would do about that, but yeah, still. And of course, I'm not saying that leveling up any attributes, say, if I took those 50 points from Vigor and spent them in every other stats, that I'd have the same amount of health right now. I think the attributes, leveling up any attributes would give you, like, 10 extra max HP, and then if you leveled Vigor, you'd get a much bigger boost. It's kind of similar to the Vitality stat, the Vitality attribute in Dark Souls 3, where it would give you a bigger increase to your defenses, or to your physical defense at least, over leveling any other attribute. Even though leveling any attribute increased your defenses across the board, Vitality raised it more. And so I think Vigor, in my hypothetical system, Vigor could be basically like Vitality for max HP. Again, let me know what you think. Let me know if you think this is a stupid idea and that it would break the game. I would love to have a discussion about that type of thing, because, like, I think it would be better for this game's design, but that's just me. And, you know, I'm not a game designer. I've never made a game in my life, and I don't know if I ever will, so... I mean, I've been, like, thinking of making Minecraft maps and thinking how I would design those, but that's probably the closest I would ever get, and... that doesn't really count. It's a Minecraft custom map, not really a game. Anyway, yeah, I have yet to acknowledge Wormface's existence down here. I think I did before. I briefly mentioned that you could hear them grunting, and here they are. So yeah, that's proof. They're definitely down here, all right. I remember using Azula's Moonblade being really effective on these guys, so let me do so right now, and I think I'll switch over to Darkmoon Greatsword. I hope not to awaken the biggin. I awakened the biggin. The biggin has awoken. Shit. That's a problem. Can I actually do this, please, without the barf staggering me? Okay, guess not. I'm running out of health. This is a bit of a problem. Alright, can I actually hit someone with any of this? Thank you. Wait! Is the big Wormface killing you? Alright, I need to stand back. My Deathblight meter is way too high. Way too high. Maybe I could even do this. Okay, we're good now. Because it drains super slowly, which makes sense. It's the slowest draining status effect of them all, and for it being the instant kill one, it makes sense that it would drain that slowly. That was the dumbest attack you could have possibly used that worked. Uh-oh. See that red lightning on the ground? That's where you're about to be struck. So watch out for it. It's similar to Lich Dragon Fortisax's attack. I have said in the past that I feel like Elden Ring isn't as Western RPG as it really could be. Like, it is lacking a few decisions that the most popular Western RPGs do have, but that is somewhat part of the territory of it being a Dark Souls game, where I think combat is the focus. The combat, the challenge, that's the focus of the game, and so all the RPG mechanics revolve around that. Still, though, it does mean that, like, leveling your attributes does nothing other than weapons, other than health, other than combat stuff. Like, leveling intelligence doesn't do anything other than make you able to use more sorceries and use them better. When I think there could be some other interesting uses for it, or some other ways to apply it to, like, exploring the game world or interacting with the story. Like I said, maybe having higher intelligence would reveal more lore to you. I think that would be really cool. Maybe having faith could reveal a different set of lore to you, because you'd have a lot of faith in the powers that be and whatnot, so you'd see the world differently if you did. I want to see a Souls-like game do that. Or perhaps even a future Souls game do that. Like, I get only having them affect weapons and allowing everything else to stay there unaffected by the stats, but still, I just, like, if you want this game to be like a Western RPG, why not embrace that a little bit more? Whatever. I feel like me saying this might start up a genre debate in the comments, so I'm gonna stop talking there before it gets that way. Not like there are any comments, but assuming there were any comments, you know. Assuming there were. No. It's alright. My last 2 Elden Ring videos that I just uploaded got, like, 3 views each. Or 3 likes each, I mean, and I really appreciate that. I don't know who's liking those, but thank you. Thank you very much for that. Glovewort Picker's Bell Bearing. This is what I was looking for. Right. So we turned in the Ghost Glovewort version of this last time. Level 7, 8, and 9. Perfect. Oh yeah, what's this do? Ancient Dragon's Lightning Spear and Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike. Rare Brick of the Capital's Ancient Dragon Cult. Lost Tome that never reached the lands between. I'll go turn that in later. We're in the middle of the frickin' final dungeon of the game right now. I'd rather not take too many breaks from this highly climactic moment. I think I've been everywhere down here now, so that's what was down here. The bell bearing, a few smithing stones, and that was basically it. I think there might have been an ancient dragon smithing stone among the rest. How many of those do I have now? 9. It's amazing how many smithing stones you can build up when you don't use as many weapons as other players do. Like, it's basically just this sword and the twin blade. Those are the only weapons I've been using. And the staff, I guess. Oh, that's a little shortcut. So you can jump off the bridge and go down that way for a little shortcut. I didn't even realize that. I kept going the long way instead. Well, I guess I didn't need it. Oops. Hello. I love that there's just this random stray dog here. It's got a lot of hair. Or a collar? Yeah, it does. It has a collar. That's interesting. Well, that was fun. We got the optional Wormface section out of the way. Now to go get this purple item hidden behind these jars that I missed. Heroes Rune level 2. We're going to be getting more of those as well. Lots of high-level runes. I love how this place looks, and I especially love how you can see the rest of the lands between. Hey there, look at that. There's Leyndell. I honestly wonder what the rest of the world looks like right now. I think I'll check that out off camera and show it if it's interesting, because the Erd Tree is burning, as you can see. It's not burning enough for us, though, and when it does start burning enough for us, that'll be a very, very interesting change. Did you like my sentence there that was screwed up and horrible and very botched? If you did, please subscribe, because you will be receiving much more of that in the future. I promise you. Alright, it's the guy up there that's casting lightning. I think I'll just run through. The Site of Grace is at the other end. If you just run the lightning, you avoid the lightning by default. I'm lagging now, but I think that's just the game loading the next area, so sit! Who knew sitting down was the most overpowered move in the game? Yeah, I need 170,000 runes to level up now. Alright, so we can see there's a way to go straight ahead, but first things first, check the sides. Yeah, that's the way straight ahead. We go down there. Check the sides, clear out any items. You never know. You never know what they might be hiding around the corner. I might get a little more positive about Elden Ring and talking less about what it could have done with its RPG mechanics. I really, really love how, I believe this is Somber Smithing Stone, the remaining Somber Smithing Stone levels. Sanctuary Stone. Isn't those one of the things you could pick up and use as pebbles? No, Ruin Frag. What? What's a sanctuary stone? I guess I'll have to find out. I don't remember what sanctuary stones are. I'm sorry if we picked them up in the past. It's been a while. Anyway, I really, really have to praise just how much unique stuff there is to find in the world. Because I think... Oh, look, another ancient dragon we'll have to fight later. Well, a lot later, I can see. That's a place we're not going to be going to for a little while, I'm afraid. Anyway, I think that's one of the best things you can have in an exploration-focused game, even more so than concealing how big your game really is having all sorts of unique stuff hidden everywhere. Not to keep, like, comparing this game to Breath of the Wild, but, I mean, I am playing Breath of the Wild in the background, Breath of the Wild music in the background of the video right now, so I guess I might as well talk about it. I loved exploring in Breath of the Wild, but after a while, you run out of unique things to see, because every weapon is just the same thing, and the durability system in that game is only there in order to make the chests actually worth seeking out, so that when you do find the same weapon you've picked up 4 of before, you're not actually sad because now you have another one that you can use before it breaks. It's actually kind of a neat system. I'm somewhat of a defender of the durability system in that game, because I don't think it's that bad. Sure, it does cause you to, like, hoard your super strong weapons a lot, because some of them might be really rare and you might never find them again, so any player will be conditioned to just use their weak stuff instead. But still, I do think it was a neat system. The problem, though, is that after a while, everything you find is the same. But with Elden Ring, almost everything you find... There's a lot of samey items that you find, a lot of samey enemies that you battle. But there's also so many unique items that you only find in this one spot and never anywhere else. Like, it's not really about having a lot of items, it's about having a lot of items you only find once in one specific point in the game. Because it incentivizes you to explore even more and maybe find something even better, and it makes finding yet another unique one-of-a-kind item feel even greater as a result. It's like, hey, another treasure of the world is in my hands. It's why I like how there's only one copy of each Ash of War in the game, because, like, every Ash of War you've seen me pick up, it's only obtainable in the spot that I picked it up, unless I'm mistaken. I might... Hold on. Do I have more than one of any? I don't know. It doesn't say that I do. Well, it doesn't have a counter, and it surely doesn't look like it, but yeah. Anyway, I completely didn't acknowledge those guys I just killed. They were basically skeletal beastmen of Farum, Azula, and that was it. Oh, wow, look at this guy. Look. He's like looking up at this floating rock in the sky. I like all the random, inexplicable floating geometry. It's like the world and logic itself is breaking down. You've played this game for so long, the physics don't work anymore. It's like a meta concept. Except, you know, that's not at all what they're going for. Hello. I saw the HUD appear and then an arrow whiz by my head. I can't hear the battle music, so the HUD appearing out of nowhere is my only indication whenever someone has seen me. Oh, hi, you're a bigger version. All right, I'm gonna take you away from the archer. God, you got a lot of health. I think I'm gonna use this. Game, lock on. Holy shit. Okay. I don't mean to diss the lock-on system too much, because, not to bully Breath of the Wild some more, but holy shit, is Elden Ring's lock-on system 10 fucking times better than that game. That game's lock-on system is so horrid and terrible, and from what I've heard, I don't know if Tears of the Kingdom fixes it at all. I have yet to... Okay, I thought that was a bottomless pit. Oh my god, am I glad that wasn't. I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet, but from what I hear, a lot of the UI issues and control issues people had with Breath of the Wild weren't addressed. The game only just added more confusing controls. I mean, people love the game still, but, you know, maybe some things on occasion are changed. But from what I've heard, a lot of the weird controls of Breath of the Wild haven't been addressed at all, which is a shame. That's like one of the things you would hope for a sequel that improves upon the game, but yeah. Again, I'll reserve any further judgment until I actually play Tears of the Kingdom for myself, but currently I'm playing through this game right now, and, you know, playing 2 large fantasy open worlds with a million fucking hours of content to do is a little hard for me. I say a million too much, I think. I'm thinking of just like, what's a big number I can say for emphasis? And I always default to 1 million. And the end result of that is that in the last episode, like, oh, she has like 1 million HP, or whatever the hell I said. During Millennia, you can tell, I said 1 million a lot for emphasis. Even though, you know, it's a huge exaggeration each and every time. Me repeatedly saying a million does not make it any more true. Hello there. Might you be an ancient dragon smithing stone? Great glaive glovewort. That's basically the same thing, just for spirit ashes. Hello! Hey, yeah! Ow! Oh god. There we go. 3 of you all down. Human bone shards. Sure. I don't know if those have any use even to people who use consumable items at this point in the game. So that's a very funny drop. But hey, they want the drops to match the type of creature they are, and you know, that makes sense. So I accidentally found that secret area before I, oh, hey, well, I could have used the physic there to absorb that. That would have been fun. I should have done that. Well, too late. Anyway, yeah, I discovered that area long before I did on my first playthrough, and I did so by accidentally stumbling into it, thinking that I was about to die. That's pretty funny. Remember that guy is a skeleton, so you need to hit him one last time. 3 Gravelstone. This is the point in the game where the game starts giving you Gravelstone left and right. It basically replaces the Arteria leaves in terms of just absolutely not useful things. Hold on. I have basically every cookbook now, right? So, yes, Gravelstone is only used for Dragon Wound Grease, which is something I don't think I can even use. You know what? I'll bite. Oh, I had I had enough to put them in maximum anyway. That's funny. Can I use... Nope, can't use it on this weapon. I need a pure physical damage dealing weapon in order to apply any effects on it, I'm pretty sure. I think that's how it works. Because, like, if you ever put a different type of damage into your weapon through infusions, suddenly the pine resins or whatever their equivalents are in whichever game you're talking about can't be used on it anymore. Aha, you see that place down below? It has stairs going up to that hole that we dropped down before. I think there is some more stuff to see down there, and I might actually want to go down there. After we light up this grace, of course. I still don't have enough runes to level up, but that's fine. We've been going through this place pretty smoothly. I don't think I need them. Anything around this corner? Yes, there is, but I don't think we're supposed to get it from here. Can you jump over there? Well, there's another way around there as is. I think you literally just go inside and take a left. Am I wrong? yeah, you just go inside and take a left. You could make the death-defying jump, or you could just, you know, not. I almost want to try making that jump, but I don't know. I don't think the jump physics work for that very well. Oh, hello, Banished Knight. I'll get to you later. I'm going back. Actually, can I just drop down? Yeah, you can. No fall damage. Alright, yeah, this is where we were before. We went that way, we didn't go this way. And you know what? Let's change outfit. I have this on... Wait, how long have I had this on for? What the hell? Here we are, Loretta's armor set. I think I'll switch this off for the other version, just for some variety. I got 56 weight on me right now, but I'm still in medium low. That is how much our endurance is helping us. That's great. Oh my god, hello. How's it going? You almost got me, but I did see you just a little bit before you came at me. Oh man. I was just about to praise Elden Ring for not making skeletons as annoying as they were in Dark Souls 3, where any time that they would fall apart, they were 10 times harder to hit for no reason. Hey, look at that. Some more areas coming up. But then that's exactly what happened. Though that may have been immunity frames for me critical hitting him. Either way, it just feels like skeletons are easier to hit in Elden Ring than they are in Dark Souls 3, and I really appreciate that, because I think that was one of the worst things about skeletons in Dark Souls 3. Any time that they would crumble apart and have themselves as scattered pieces on the ground, you just couldn't hit them. It was super annoying. I also need to stop using the word super. I remember I said in the past, I think in this series, I don't say super enough, but now I think I say it too much. Whoa. 3 casts of Azula's Moonblade to do 10,000 damage to him, and then I just do another 10,000 damage with 1 jump attack, thanks to Frost buildup. That's why I love Frostbite, man. It's like, it increases my damage overall, because while they're inflicted with Frostbite, I am dealing more damage per hit, and it does a little bit of extra damage to make the weapons feel stronger than they actually are. I saw that hallway pop into existence, that wall, I mean, pop into existence. Ooh, okay. This is somewhat of a secret room. I think I'm gonna use this on you. You know, I wonder if the reason why... Alright, he hears me. I I wonder if the reason why Loretta's mastery has been really disappointing me is because I'm using the same staff from, like, one of the first areas of the game. And I wonder if I'm expected to be using a different staff and if spells will be overall much stronger with a different staff. I never really think about that. I always just use the same staff for the entire game and, you know, because I think my main attacking style is still melee, no matter how into spells I get, no matter how much I level intelligence in this case. Oh god, he wields 2 swords! Okay, thank god. Got a halberd guy behind us, but he's fine. I'll take a halberd guy over a double swords guy any fucking day of the week. And yeah, boom. Alright, now I do have enough souls to level up. That guy gave a ton of runes, but he did have some in his eyes, so that makes sense. Azula, Beastman, Ashes. Spirits of Beastmen from doomed Farum Azula, the slowly crumbling ruins in the skies. These ruins are said to be remains of a giant mausoleum enshrining an ancient dragon, guarded by chosen beastmen who wields weapons clad in lightning. Yeah, it's basically Archdragon Peak. It's the remnants of the ancient dragons of the universe that we play through. Elden Ring really does have a lot of callbacks to previous Souls games for this, because, like, you know, Dark Souls had the whole thing with the Age of Ancients, where there were everlasting dragons before they were killed by the people who discovered the souls of the lords within the First Flame, and then started the Age of Fire. And now we basically have the same thing happening here. There were dragons who ruled over the lands between before the Age of the Erdtree started. I guess the universe really is more similar to Dark Souls than I thought. But I do have to say, the tone of the story and, like, your own role within it is different. Because with Dark Souls, especially Dark Souls 3, was a lot more about how, like, this world has been pushed for far too long. The Age of Fire has gone on for far too long, and everyone's just suffering. Life is not good for anyone, and so you're kind of nudged down the path of beginning the Age of Dark to end the world and move on, even if it means killing yourself and everyone else you know in the process. It's a tough choice to make, for sure. Well, I feel like Elden Ring is a lot more like, hey, you there! Go become Elden Lord! Go kill all these demigods! Show them how powerful you truly are! We believe in you! You can do it! What is with that, honestly? What is blurring the screen here? There's some object here that's blurring the screen, and I have no idea what that's about. Oh. I see where we are. Okay, I approached this from an interesting direction. I think before... Oh, Well, I don't know if I have much of a choice anymore. Recusant Bernal's gonna help us here for this. I could have sworn there were more hallways to explore first, but I guess we can do that after. Anyway, yeah, I do like the difference in tone, and it's for this reason some of the things that Elden Ring takes from Dark Souls and continues to do doesn't make much sense to me, like killing off NPCs at the end of their side quests all the time. Like, why are you still doing that? Anyway, though, enough about that. Let's get a Spirit Ash out to help us. Okay, we have these 3 in my quick items. Because if I were you, I would actually summon for this next fight here. You'll see why. Let's summon in Bernal, and then I'm going to summon in a Spirit Ash on top of this. Oh, do I want Latenna the jellyfish? Latenna's quest is done now, so I think she can take a break. And while the jellyfish is adorable, I think I'll go with Mimic Tear. Let's go, Bernal. In this room, we have Godskin Duo, objectively the worst boss in Elden Ring. Yeah, it might not be my least favorite personally, but holy shit is it such a poorly designed fight. They tried to do some kind of Ornstein and Smough thing here going on where you fight the Godskin Apostle and the Godskin Noble, both of which attack slightly differently, but they have absolutely none of the extra design elements that hold them back enough to make the fight fun and fair. Not to mention, they have this weird Four Kings-like mechanic on top of that. Look at all the health bars on the screen, my god, it's crazy. Oh god. For this reason, I recommend summoning Bernal, summoning Mimic Tear, getting all the help you can. It makes this fight so much more fun. Because if you're going in alone against both of these guys on your own, this fight just sucks. Even the no-hit runners, they basically have to rely on luck to get past it. Oh god. And the no-hit runners typically don't allow themselves to summon. You can wrap it up now. Jesus Christ, man. As you can see, the Apostle and the Noble have health bars of their own, but there's also a large health bar at the bottom of the fight. that is sort of a damage conduit health bar similar to the Four Kings. You can kill these guys, but unless the big health bar at the bottom of the screen is empty, the fight's not over, even if you kill both of them. See? The Apostle's dead, and now the Noble's about to die. But even as both of them are dead, the health bar still has health in it. So, after a while, one of them will respawn and we'll just have to continue the fight. But now we just have to sit around awkwardly waiting for this to happen. What the hell's with this fight? It's so weird. It's so badly made. I'd say that, like, putting all personal opinions aside, I think this is objectively the worst boss in this game. That's my take anyway, because even the bosses I hate still have something good about them. Even the lazy overworld reuse bosses still have some fun to be had, and you know, they did at least try to make them an interesting challenge in a lot of ways. Like, what if you fought a Godskin soldier or whatever? Not a Godskin soldier, a Dragonkin soldier in the middle of the Lake of Rot. This just sucks, though. Like, I have no idea what they were thinking here. I have no idea why they made this required. I have no idea why they stuck it in the final fucking dungeon of the game. It sucks. Alright, they're almost dead. Let's finish them off. Alright. There we go. And as soon as the main health bar's dead, their health bar's empty too. Good riddance, Godskin Duo. Get fucked. Thank you, Brunel, for all your help. Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 4. I don't know if he's available to summon if you haven't if you haven't joined Volcano Manor. So sorry, I'm messing this up. I would probably recommend joining Volcano Manor to get him here if that is the case, because he survived a hell of a lot longer than my Mimic Tier did, I'll just say. I actually have to praise that level design a little bit. The fact that I discovered a Site of Grace down here that was a quicker shortcut to the boss as a reward for my exploration, that's really neat. Even though the Site of Grace is, like, literally this close to the one that spawns in the boss room, whatever. And it's also really close to the one outside, so it's a little unnecessary, whatever. Now we can buy Ruin Fragments. So I guess Sanctuary Stones are basically just different versions of Ruin Fragments, I remember now. Now we can buy Smithing Stone level 8. I knew we would find it here. I actually didn't know, but I'm glad we can, because now I can for sure max out my staff. Seems like you can't buy Somber Smithing Stone level 9 though, so those you'll have to find in the environment. They drop, I believe, the last Dash of War that we have to get in the game. Black Flame Tornado. We know what this does. We use the Godskin Peeler. We haven't used the Godskin Peeler in a long frickin' time, but yeah, we've seen it before. Gonna take a small break to turn in the bell bearings in the round table hold. Don't worry about the fire particles. It's okay. This place isn't burning down or anything. Don't worry about it. And I've returned to Muriel to turn in the prayer book, and here are the two the incantations, not sorceries. Spirit of Red Lightning stabs in the ground. That's the one that Fortisax uses, as well as I think a couple of the dudes we're about to fight. Lightning Strike, yeah, we've seen both of these. Red Lightning is the weapon wielded by the ancient dragons. We have seen concrete proof of that. I wish I could see what the Erdtree looks like right now. Sadly, Liurnia, true to its rainy nature, just decides not to show it to me. Oh my god, okay. The way that loaded in looked really creepy. I was like, wait, is the Erdtree just entirely blacked out? What? That looked scary, but no, it's just, okay, there's a little bit of fire effects on top of that. Nothing more. Here's the view of it from Leyndell. That's pretty cool, but also pretty creepy if you were a citizen of Leyndell and are now looking above the sky to see this. It reminds me of the moon in Majora's Mask. I remember actually having a dream about the moon in Majora's Mask kind of being in real life. Sort of, a little bit. It was weird. It looked very different than what it's supposed to. I'm seeing if you have anything to say. No, I think your quest is done. Alright, let us continue. And I think to start, I'm going to find the normal entrance into this room. Yeah, this is the normal entrance. I think you also get a summon sign outside here. I'm not sure if it's Bernal. It might be, though. You might get a summon sign outside of every single entrance. That was rays of light shining through the wall. So, yeah, perfect. Hey, you know, I have to say, those types of errors are really rare in Elden Ring. Goes to show they worked hard to make these environments as, like, tip-top shape as they could. Alright, here's the main entrance to the place. Oh, there's 2 Banished Knights over here. Yeah, I don't think I've ever acknowledged these guys, but these are Banished Knights from Stormvale. They have, actually, do they have any new abilities? I don't think so. I think they're just the same as the Knights from the Stormveil. They have the red hoods on now, and they're significantly stronger, of course. And they give a ton more runes, and sometimes they can wield 2 swords, and in those cases, they absolutely suck and are terrible. But aside from that, okay, this guy begins his patrol once I get close enough. And then, hiya, hiya. And then he ends his patrol pretty soon afterwards through unknown means. He just seems to kind of fall over and die from nothing really happening to him. Ah, this item that I said I was going to get later. Something's still level 6. It's only 1. Yeah, this is the main entrance. The other grace is right out there. I don't feel the need to rest at it, though. There's no reason to. Can you... Okay, that might be too... Yeah, I think that might be too high to drop down into, because at least the no-hit runners I've watched have never gone in this way, so it's probably too high to survive. Looks like it's just barely too high, though. I feel like if it were any lower, you could definitely survive it. Anything around here? No. I should turn on the lantern. Man, as bright as this place is in the open areas, anytime there's, like, any kind of ceiling above you, it gets super dark. Alright, nowhere to go that way. There is a way to go this way, though, so we shall go this way. Let me switch back to Twin Blade, and you know what? Let me use some more magic. I forgot to switch... Oh my god. I have an idea. Okay, well, I was going to sneak up and use it on him, but I guess I'll have to use it on him right here. How about this? Yes! I love how basically every enemy, no matter how high stagger resist they have, still gets knocked all the way down to the ground with Gavel of Haima. It's so fun. Oh, eat it! I interrupted your attack like a boss. Sorry. Yeah, like the bosses in this game that interrupt your attacks. Obviously, that's what I was going for. I wasn't using a heavily outdated saying from 2010. Alright, now we can sneak up on you. I did set the time to It's nighttime right now. Could have fooled me. I guess this place has magic powers to keep the sun in the sky all day. 24 hours a day. Yeah, all day would work, because a day includes the nighttime. I wonder if other languages have some way of having some kind of distinction for day as in full 24-hour session. I hate you so fucking much, die! Alright. And specifically the point in the day where daylight exists. Alright, Elden Ring's just having a little freezy session, that's fine. Had a brain freeze, it's whatever. Hi, there's a boss door over there. Looks like we should just be able to jump and fly over there, but sadly we do not have Elytra. We do not have the vertical capabilities of, like, a protagonist of a 2D game or anything like that. You know, looking at my time, I'm wondering if I'm gonna be able to get through this entire dungeon in one video. Maybe, like... I remember this place being much bigger than it seems to be thus far. Yeah, I wonder. If it did, that would be a shame, because it means that this playthrough would end on an odd number instead of an even number, and that would be a little unsatisfying to me personally, but... Okay, we haven't been down here yet, so now's the perfect chance to just take the plunge. You won't die. And it will only hurt for a moment. Doom ding dong ding doop as but bop is the sound I make whenever I go to heal in one of these games. It's just what I do. Don't judge. I'm sure you do the same thing. I can't imagine people who just don't, like, talk to themselves out loud. I guess those people would probably say, I can't imagine people who just do talk to themselves out loud. Sometimes, you know, you have a thought in your head, but the thought doesn't feel truly complete unless you say it out loud. It's just a weird way that my brain works. It's also a way other people's brain works, because, you know, I'm far from the other person to talk to themselves. I just find it weird that talking to yourself is considered strange, considering it seems like a lot of people do it, yet it's also considered a somewhat strange thing to do. I don't really get that. Alright, let me use Azula's Moonblade on you, and then, oh god, no! No! Not one of you! Oh, you're dead, okay. That's fine. Complaints ended. He's dead now. It's okay. Oh, that was just to the left over here. Man, I guess I haven't been there. Damn. I wonder how much stuff I'm missing in this place. Hopefully not a lot. I would like to explore all of it, but you never know. Alright, if you could not freeze up when I'm this close to the fucking edge of the cliff, I think that place with the Banished Knight down there, I've already been there. Did I go there on the way to the secret entrance I took to get into this arena? Because that's what it seems like to me. Let's go out this way. I think this is the way we have to go. Is there any other way I can go first, though? This is hard. It's hard to decide what to do now. Alright, yeah, this is definitely the way forward. I feel like there was some place I jumped down from that I may have had another option in. I don't think it matters that much. What was it gonna have? Smithing Stone level 2? I think I've gotten most of the important items this place has thus far. I know that there is another cookbook to find here, and that's like the last major item I have to get in the entire game. No, that's not true. There's one more after that, a couple more after that. Okay, I guess we're going down here. I didn't even mean to go down here, but we're going down here now. So we were up there. We could have just dropped down on these guys' heads, and that was probably more effective for us. But too bad I did this. All right. Oh, knives. Or boomerangs, more like. Except the boomerangs don't go back towards you. Can I kick these over? Can I destroy these at all? No, how dare you? How dare you limit my capabilities? Let me go back up there. I feel like there was some obvious thing there that I just went past. Nah, looks like there wasn't. Okay, then. This part, I feel like it's easy to miss a lot of stuff in. Okay, item down there. Don't forget about that. That is a more important looking place. I love the way that they use those collapsed towers to make bridges across two pieces of land. I just love the creativity that they took in designing the environments of this place in general. Even if the bosses do kind of suck, I do really love Crumbling Farum Azula as a whole. It's a great area. And it continues the trend of the Legacy Dungeons absolutely rockin' and rollin'. Down to the beach I am strolling, and the seagulls poke at my head. Not fun. I said seagulls. Stop it now. That's not that's not the grunt sound at all, and I don't think those are the right words either. Oh god, we have regular dogs while dealing with the big dogs? Why? I just backstepped and then rolled away. It's fine. Those knives actually do barely anything to me. I don't know if that's the armor or what. Oh yeah, I've been like setting this message to myself in my own head 50,000 times, yet I have yet to follow through on it. I want to change talismans. Let's see, we've got Race's Intelligence, this. I want to switch these out. You know, considering I've barely died here so far, something fun I could try is like increased damage builds. Like, put on everything that increases the damage I take and barely give myself any defense to go along with it. So what's my default of negation right now? 28. Goes down by 10 if I equip this. Why the heck not? That's increasing. Yeah, all that. Why the heck not? Let's do that. And then how about instead of this, Americas? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. I'm taking slightly more damage from lightning. It's like I don't have any armor on at all. And you know, I could even just do this. 32% extra damage. I don't know if I will, though. I'll go ahead with armor on for now, but if I feel like it, for like, if there's one particular enemy that I want to try wearing nothing against and seeing how I do taking 32% more damage from every single attack, from physical attacks at least, then I will definitely take it off. All right. Jump across here to get this secret Hero's Rune level 5. Some people point out that item in messages by saying fat coin purse ahead. And I just really like that saying. I like how it's something you can put in one of the messages. I think it's supposed to be like insulting someone for being, you know, kind of fat, right? You can call someone a fat coin purse just to insult the enemies. It's pretty fun, but it does technically have a double meaning, because like coin purse, that does mean like, you know, gives you lots of runes. Hi, you're a bigger beast. I think you might be the one we fought in the cave, the Growside Cave. Even then, though, I did 18,000 damage and you still died, while I had to do 2,000 to the first guys to kill. Alright, whatever. Maybe you're not so big and tough after all. Level 7. Might switch to the Twin Blade for anything that's around here. I'd totally put an item there, I'm just saying, FromSoft. That's where I would lay down and die as a corpse. I don't know what my favorite corpse item position in any of these games is, but like there's some good ones. They just like, they pick such a cozy, nice little spot to die in. Alright. Nice. You are not skeleton varieties. I think we aren't quite done with the skeleton varieties yet, but those guys are not skeleton varieties. Got a bunch of lightning grease, got so much that one of them went into the storage box. I haven't really noticed the increased damage taken, but oh, you know what? I wonder if I killed that big tough guy so much faster because of the thing I put on. Because right now I have like, well, only like 29 and 31 dexterity. I wouldn't think that would make a huge difference, especially with my weapons being primarily based on intelligence, right? Yeah, they scale the most from intelligence, especially this one, so... And I don't... Oh, but I did put on Marika's, and that is also increasing my intelligence. I don't know. Alright. Boom! Increasing my damage in exchange for increasing their damage to me. Look at how freaking big my FP bar is like this. That's so fun. I love how these knives, whenever they stick themselves in the ground, they like hiss with the red lightning. That's pretty neat. Alright, I might be missing so many little secrets around this part. But hey, I can't perfectly remember where everything is now, can I? Alright. Nope. Oh, 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 oh! Well, second death of the place. That was probably owed to my increased damage build. He heard me jump, went, what was that? And then before he knew it, it was too late. How did that not deal, like, any damage to you? Is it because I stance broke you? Did the game prioritize opening yourself up for the critical hit over killing you? Because if it did, don't. That's really weird and stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that, game. I've been having a surprisingly easy time through this part, because this part is pretty hard, especially, it's even harder than the rest of the Mountaintops of the Giants, and the Mountaintops of the Giants, as we know, is a big difficulty spike from the rest of the game. Though that might be because I might be a bit over-prepared. Like, I am hugely leveled up, all of my weapons are max upgrade, I am level 155, but apparently, according to the Elden Ring pros, my build is shit because I don't have 60 vigor, so yeah, there's that. And you know, like, any unlucky lightning attack from these guys can end you really, really quickly, especially with the increased damage build I have on right now. Alright. Ooh, we have a stone sword key door on the other side of this guy. Where's the dude that ambushes? There's another dude around here who comes out of nowhere and ambushes. It's you, isn't it? Yep, it's you, alright. Wee! Do not like your kind around here! Oh yeah, and there's that guy throwing knives from over there. Well, he didn't get the chance to. Oh shit, that does a lot of damage to me. Jesus, okay. Shit. Let me see if I can go over there and freaking teach him a lesson. Teach him how to behave. Yeah, here he is. He's just right around the corner. Boom. Boom. Oh, man. Look at that little piece of a building just floating in the middle of nowhere. It's like somebody stopped time around here. It's like Dio is around these parts, and he's using, Zawarudo to stop time. That was the complete wrong accent, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. 2 stone sword keys for this door. I've got plenty more than 2. Unlocks an elevator that goes up where now? To a bonus area within this area? It was a very weird way of wording that, but that's how it works. Oh. Sure. Where's this? Where is this exactly? It's here. Oh, I thought we wouldn't find this until later. Well, I think this area... Oh, yeah, I know where this area goes. I was gonna take a level up real quick. I don't know what I'm gonna level up at this point. I'm pretty happy with all my stats the way they are right now, but I may as well. I'm swimming in runes. Eventually, I'm gonna do the thing I did with Dark Souls 3, where I use every single last rune that I have and see how many level ups I can get out of a particular stat. Let's see. So these are all my base stats. Let's get, I guess I can match strength and dexterity. It'll help scaling for my, it'll help to deal more damage with this weapon as well, because it is a great sword, so it does scale with strength. Possibly even more effectively than, dexterity? Yeah, or about the same. I mean, the actual, like, scaling number is a number. It's not just a letter that decides it. It's a number that's hidden from you and displayed on the screen as a letter instead, as a letter grade to show you how well it scales. So, I don't know, the dex scaling could be better, it could be worse. I have a feeling the strength scaling would be better from the two, though. I'm gonna die. Because you deal a lot of damage, especially with my increased damage build I have. Maybe I shouldn't be using it here. Alright, boom, boom. Alright. Oh, get you dead, get you dead, get you dead. Yeah, these guys are starting to launch skulls at me. But otherwise, they do it really slowly and are not a what the hell? Alright. The Grim Reaper dude over there with the scythe is just extremely slow for no reason. There's the place that we came from. Oh my god. Instant death from a jump attack, that's nice. I feel like that's owed to my current loadout. Alrighty. Boom. Nice. Oh! Nascent butterfly. Boom. Aren't there skeletons hanging from this tree that fall down and attack you? Because I'm not seeing any of them. Hello, sun. Is it still nighttime? No, it's morning now. How does the day and night cycle even work here? It clearly does not get dark at night whatsoever. And you know what? I kind of like that. It sets this place apart from the others. Still, though, it's just a weird lighting all around. But I get it. Wii U! Play the Wii U! It's underrated! Yeah, I know there's no reason to play the Wii U anymore, especially since they shut down the online functionality. You can no longer play Splatoon 1 without signing up to a custom server that no doubt Nintendo will absolutely get rid of within fucking year. Alright, let me just, yeah, there we go. Get you out of the picture for a while as I focus on dying to this guy instead. Okay, never mind, you're no longer out of the picture. Oh no. You know what? Physic. Oh, perfect! I can just tank those now! Awesome, they will interrupt my attacks, but I can just take those for a little while. Oh, perfect! Oh no, it's not perfect anymore because I think now I'm gonna... Nope, never mind. That's so funny. Oh man. I do wish it healed you by however much it would have damaged you, but I get why it doesn't. I get it. For balancing reasons, so it's not overpowered in PvP. I don't know. If you didn't like... Games including PvP have always been kind of a problem for making the game fun. Alright. I'm not gonna go all the way and say that. I'm no H-Bomber guy saying that Bloodborne removing shields from the Souls game formula was the best decision ever. No. That opinion's stupid, and he knows it, I think. Does he know it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he knows it. But, like, I always feel like there's certain games that could have abilities that are just all crazy and out there and really, really fun. Like, why not give the player the ability to absorb certain types of damage in a single-player game? Yeah, it's overpowered, but if they want to do that, that should be their choice. Obviously, that can't work for Elden Ring, because this game has an online multiplayer feature where you can fight other players, and ideally, that environment should be balanced, and you should not be allowed to do stuff like that. I just kind of wish more of these games would go the Terraria route and embrace the overpoweredness of the equipment and of the abilities, because, like, Terraria has PvP in it, but it is very clearly made to be an optional for-fun thing. There should never be any, like, competitions based on it. If there are, they need to limit themselves severely, because, you know, how the hell are you supposed to have a balanced competitive PvP scene in a game that has the Zenith in it? You can't. That's the answer. And so, PvP in Terraria is like a very optional thing. It's not treated as like a core part of the game experience like it is with the Souls games. And so, by having this by shackling themselves to having PvP, they are sort of limiting how far they can go with abilities for talismans or for crystal tears or all that other stuff. And I feel like a Souls game that was offline could, like, have something stupidly overpowered as a big reward for going out of your way to fight the hardest boss in the game. And I think that would be cool. I want to see that. Yeah, it would remove the challenge, but by the time you've beaten the hardest boss in the game, most of the challenge is already done. So why not make the rest of the game super quick and easy to go through? That's an aspect of games like Terraria and, hell, even Hollow Knight that I like. The Hollow Knight is a sort of carefully balanced game. There are ways that you can make yourself super, super strong and overpowered in that game. Like, not so overpowered to the point that everything's a joke, but still, like, somewhat close. Alright, we have down here in the dog grazing fields. I hope I haven't missed any items in the previous areas. Where did that one dog go? Okay, you've just been sitting there doing nothing. Cool, got it, understood. Alright, understood. Alright, we're getting close to an hour and a half, so I probably will end after we explore this entire upper patch. These videos, the next video might be really short if I end up pacing this incorrectly, but, well, so, whatever. After sitting through, what, like, this is the 50th video in this playthrough, all of them have been nearly an hour and a half. I'm sure you guys are wishing for a shorter video, so. Let me use Loretta's Mastery. Overkill this thing to death. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, actually. Oh no, 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 no. I wanted to do something fun for this fight. I didn't want to do that. No, give me this. Thank you. Okay, Golden Lightning Fortification. I'm gonna run away real quick because I want to try something fun for this. Okay, so these dragons, they've been really slow to kill, right? Well, I have an idea. To buff my damage even more, Blue Dancer Charm, and now I'm gonna shed myself of weight. We're gonna fight it with the Twin Blade and see how high damage we can do and how high damage we're going to take. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, we're so dead. It's fine, though. It's fine. We got it. How's my equipment load? Yeah, it's 10 right now. So we should have buffed damage in addition to all the other stat buffs we've got. Wait. Where'd it go? That's right. Doesn't this dragon flee from battle? Oh, damn. I forgot about that. Apparently, if you just go away, it flies. Fine, I'll try this later, alright? I like how both me and the dragon were basically cowards to each other. Alright, right now, the Blue Dancer Charm's not doing anything, but I think that'll be okay. Oh, you know, I have sort of an idea for who I can try this against. I'm trying this against someone. Mark my words, I'm trying this against someone. Hello, sir. Are you good? Would you like some help? No, that still only took like a little bit of his health, but still. Considering I'm this far away from him, that's great damage. Yeah, honestly, I think the main advantage with Loretta's Great Bow is being able to do that amount of damage while being super far away from the enemy, because those spells do travel farther than any other basic projectile spell would, so it is nice in that way. I will give it that. Have I missed anything over here? I'm going to take one brief look back through, and then if there's nothing, we shall continue onward. Seems like the answer is no. Let's get across. Weep. Get across some more. How can I get this across with you all? Look who it is, waiting for us all the way up here. A familiar face? More like a familiar ceramic creation.
Ah, I see you finally made it here yourself. The city hanging in the air is slowly crumbling. What an incredible place we find ourselves. But that aside, I can't believe you felled that giant. It was practically a god. I doubt there's another soul out there who could have done the same. Of course, I count myself the great Alexander among the many, which means I've but one thing to ask of you. Would you kindly undertake my ordeal? Come and tell me when you're ready. I've been longing to fight a warrior as accomplished as you.
You know, you could just say, would you kindly battle me instead of undertake my ordeal, because me not really knowing what that means didn't know what that meant. That was great language, man. But yes, I shall kindly do it. Since he's been watching us fell these grand foes that even he got injured against Radon, and he doubted that he could take down the fire giant, I guess he doesn't really consider himself that strong anymore and wants to fight us to see, so that he can feel our own strength. And I accept. But before that, hold on. I need to buff my damage a little bit with the Blue Dancer Charm. Hope you're okay with this. Alright, buddy, let's go. I'm gonna try this really stupid build on him.
You are ready then, I take it? Then let us begin. I am the great Jar Warrior. Alexander. Lend me strength, O warriors within.
I don't have a Flask of Wonders Physic. Oh man, I'm doing a lot of quick damage to him though. Alright, oh, that was close. Haven't been hit yet. I've been able to dodge really easily thanks to my light load. I think a lot of this damage is from the Talisman and from the Blue Dancer Charm already. Oh, poor Alexander. I didn't mean to kill you that quick.
Victory was impossible. This vessel was found lacking.
Yeah, you should have just picked a different jar, I guess.
My thanks. I knew you were the stuff of champions. It was a marvelous battle. I implore you, take what I bequeath from inside me. All vessels are destined to one day break. But the great Alexander lived as a warrior to his last.
Indeed, another one bites the dust. It's a shame, but it's another one that I'm okay with because he goes out by having a valiant battle with who he deems to be one of the strongest warriors ever. I think, anyway. I've not been talking through this encounter very well, have I? Alrighty, here's the Knights Cavalry set. I like how it looks a lot. I know I've never been wearing any of the helmets that go along with it. It's just cause I don't like the helmets. It's for my character design. I like having the red hair showing. There's one lone item past it. Oh yeah, and he dropped 2 items that I almost forgot to look at. Let's look at those. The Shard of Alexander. Greatly boosts the attack power of skills. Scraps of stewed flesh cling to the shard, and tatters of ornaments can be seen mingled within the slime. Relics of a red-haired champion, it would seem. Alright, I just heard someone yell behind me in real life. I'm not really sure what that was about. If at any point before this you end up killing Alexander for any reason, you will get a weaker version of this talisman. It just says boost the attack power of skills. I think it's just a Great Jar's shard. But if you play all the way until here and you fight his final battle there, you will get a stronger version of it. Alexander's Innards. Keepsake of the warrior jar Alexander, found the core of the dead flesh that once filled the great jar. The jars contain dregs inherited from those who came before. Thus our warriors passed from jar to jar, carrying dreams of greatness. Alright, whatever you living jars want to do. I have 15 of these. Wow, that's pretty cool. I believe that is everything for this corner of Crumbling Farum Azula. You can jump back down to one of the places we've already been through. Oh man, to think that the battle took place right above where we went down before. Oh, this place is built so well. Now that we're done with all that, though, we're gonna take a little bit of a break for completing basically the first half of the dungeon. Or at least I think it's first half, I'm not entirely sure. I believe you can give Alexander's innards to Jarbairn?
Begin my as a warrior.
To encourage him? Apparently this is encouragement in the warrior jar's little culture. Whatever they want to do.
Wow. Cuz, are these insights from Uncle Alexander? Thank you. Cuz, I'm a warrior jar, so I need to be strong. I can really have them, right? I understand. I'll get strong. Strong enough. I deserve to have Uncle's insights.
I guess that's... Do they give him the strength? And then he can get even stronger from that point on? I don't know, I'm not really sure how these things work.
I don't think I'll see you again. When I set out, warriors are supposed to work alone. Goodbye, cuz. And thanks for everything. I'll never forget you, cuz.
Reload the area and come back, and he'll have left behind... eventually... Companion Jar. I'm glad he didn't die at the end of his freaking quest. They're able to hold themselves back sometimes. This adorable little companion jar raises potency of throne jars, completely useless to me. Though the jars are brought to life by human flesh and blood, they are all rather kindly folk. Perhaps they were made to be better than their innards. So they're brought to life because of the human flesh inside them. So if the human flesh inside of them is strong, so are they? Is that the idea? Seems to be the idea. Oh, now I can officially get rid of these markers. I don't need them anymore. Now, let's come back to the round table hold. There is some stuff I want to see here. As you can see, since we have set the Erd Tree aflame, the round table hold is also burning in addition. I think we can go talk to Gideon Ofnir about this. He's right here.
You burned the Erd Tree, didn't you? Then the round table is soon to follow. No need to fret about that. The round table hold served to put a tarnished upon the throne of Elden Lord. And if the Erd Tree needed to burn for that to happen, then the round table must go as well.
I guess the round table is somehow bound to the Erd Tree. We did find the in real world universe version of this place is inside Leyndell, which is right beneath the Erd Tree. So if the Erd Tree's burning right above it, then theoretically, so would the fortified manor.
I'll stay at the round table for a time. I must learn all that can be taken from this place and seal it into my memory. How could I call myself the all-knowing if I did any less?
You're one of those anxious college students who studies the hell out of, like, studies themselves into a pit of despair before any exam.
The pursuit of us, I maintain the mantle of all-knowing. Perhaps the same could be said of guidance. Who's to say whether we'll remain who we are once the fight is finished? What do you think? As one who aspires to become Elden Lord?
I don't know. I just work here. Roderica is now standing next to the fireplace. The only other time we've seen her over here is when she initially came into the round table hold. Ever since then, she's been sitting in there next to Hugh, but here she is now.
Take a look around. The round table hold is burned, razed to the ground. Don't worry. I don't blame you.
Well, you should. It is my fault.
Spirit tuning just the same as before, which is why I need your help persuading Master Hugh to leave. His roots are so knotted in this place. He won't last much longer if he stays here. His shackles are broken. He's a free man now. It's high time he put the round table behind him.
Alright, well, I guess I can go see if I'll do that. I don't need any more spirit tuning, though. Let's have a talk with Hugh. I do need to upgrade my staff anyway.
I knew you'd be back. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing.
He has more confidence in us now. He doesn't just assume that we're dead every time. Character development. Plus 24, plus 25. Perfect. I don't know if that's a waste, if there's so much better stuff I could be upgrading instead. About the god-slaying weapon, and why are you still making weapons?
Here's one. My masterpiece to slay a god. That's all I live for. And my promise to Queen Marika. But do me a favor and do look after the girl.
So Queen Marika, I assume, sentenced this guy to blacksmithing until he could make a weapon to slay a god. It's possible that she didn't believe he could do it, thus sentencing him to blacksmithing for eternity for the Tarnished. Similar to how she sentenced the Fire Giant to tending the Forge of the Giants for eternity. It's the unfortunate result of having one person in power. They get to just do what they want and sentence people to bullshit for the rest of their life.
Weren't you listening? As I've always said, you came to challenge the demigods and their god, to slay them. And as long as you do, I will always smith your weapons. It is what I wish. To smith a weapon for you to slay a god.
Okay, so we have to slay the god first, successfully, and then we can possibly continue to persuade him to leave. Possibly. Kind of a shame just how empty the round table hold is now, especially with it burning down now. At first it was bustling. And then as the game goes, and as the NPCs that are in them keep slowly dying off left and right, it just becomes empty. It's just Hugh, Roderica, Enya in there, and Gideon Ofnir, and that's it. And the twin maiden husks, who cares about them?
I see. Oh, is that right? So Master Hugh won't listen to you either. You have my thanks regardless. I'll try and talk him round next time.
I
I know he was given this great entreaty to craft a weapon which could slay a god. Though I can't help but think of it as a curse, a fearsome curse, put on him by Queen Marika. And if that's the case, I'm not sure there's anything we can do.
There's at least one thing I can do, actually slay the god. Finally, I would like to see what the remembrance can give us.
What use? I am a finger reader. I will remain here until their dialogue ends and the fingers speak again. Do as you please. Take whatever course seems most worthy to you. Now you may go.
I forgot that she had new dialogue. She actually refuses you at first, but...
You'd force this tired old crone to work, even now. Harder taskmaster have I never met.
But the second time, she will allow you to keep going. Receive power from Remembrance. The Remembrance of the Fire Giant gives the Giant's red braid. Hefty whip woven from the flame red hair of a fire giant. Every giant is red of hair, and Ratigan was said to have despised his own red locks. Perhaps that was a curse of their kind. Alright, I think red hair is really freaking cool, but whatever people want to believe in this world. Hey, am I afflicted with a fire giant curse? Because I got red hair in the game. View the red braid with the giant's flame lash out. Burn, O flame! The fire giants borrowed from the power of a fell god, and still they were defeated, yet their failure released them from their solitary curse to serve as keepers of the flame for eternity. I know, being a fire keeper kind of sucks if Dark Souls is anything to go by. I just realized I have exactly 200 max FP. That's pretty cool. I'll get the giant's red braid just because I like the idea of swinging someone's hair around as a weapon. Anything new here? No. I don't think there ever will be.
What you believe is right.
I think we've seen the last of the new armor in that screen, but I can always check later. Well then, it's been fun. Oh my god, wait, I was just about to end the video and then I realized I missed this! How could I miss this? Okay, before I go any further, I need to take this shit off and replace it with something better. We're gonna do Bolt Drake Talisman, +1. We do not have the +2 version yet. I already have jump attacks on, so that's good. How about Greatly Raised Sorcery Potency, and then we could try the Rotten Winged Sword Insignia, I guess. Now let me just sneak in and nab this, and then move on. It's a Lord's Rune. Okay, cool. Bye. So, we've gone through a good portion of Crumbling Farum Azula. We fought loads of foes, collected tons of stuff, collected tons of really cool stuff. I guess that skull's just gonna sit there and not do anything about it. We fought Alexander to the death after he decided that he wanted to die by our own hand. For whatever reason. I'm still not quite sure about the reason. And we saw the consequences of our actions and how they affect the Round Table Hold. And some other stuff. Yeah, alright, before I continue to stumble upon my words, next time on Elden Ring, we continue through the rest of this place. Thank you all for watching. If you didn't, as always, I will see you all in the future.